The Logitech G900 Chaos Spectrum, a wireless mouse that doesn't really care about competing against other wireless mice and chooses to pick a fight with the big boys, the wired mice. It might even get a little offended if you say, "for a wireless mouse," when describing it. So how does it fare? Stay tuned to find out. TunnelBear is the easy-to-use VPN service that lets you use the web as if you're in 20 different countries. Learn more and try TunnelBear for free at the link in the video description. Let's start with the sensor. The G900 features the PixArt PMW3366. This is a big deal. Even the sticklers over on the esteemed overclock.net forum voted in this poll that they would mostly prefer the 3366, even beating out the 3310. Edsel Yago, our resident Counter-Strike guy, stated that the 3366 felt true, not affected in any way by the wireless, and when he took flick shots, he didn't feel like he was aiming over or under. That's a good thing. Something to worry about when making a wireless mouse is the amount of power that you can deliver to the sensor from the battery. This power must be split also to things like the wireless transmitter, which you don't normally have to power. Not enough power to the sensor, poor performance. Not enough power to the wireless transmitter, poor performance, just in a different way, with input lag and whatnot. This, as far as I've been told, is because the 3366 was designed from the ground up as a wireless sensor and has just been fully realized now. That doesn't mean that it's worse for wired in any way at all. That is not what I'm saying. It just means that it's great for both and not limited to one. Speaking of the wireless transmitter, the highly optimized 2.4 GHz connection in tandem with some design decisions in terms of where the transmitter is located, where the battery is located in relation to where the transmitter is located, and the various materials used throughout the shell and other components throughout the entire build result in a very fast and supremely stable connection. If you don't believe me, that's actually a good thing. Doubt all claims. But coming soon, we have a tour of their design facility where they helped me benchmark the wireless transmitter against other competing wireless mice using their advanced equipment. It's pretty cool. For now, their results will be on screen and you'll just have to deal with that. Let's move on to the click. The left and right mouse buttons are based on a mechanical pivot design and also feature a spring tension system that ensure that you don't have to bend any plastic in order to just press a button, which you shouldn't have to do. And they also ensure that the response of the button returning home is quite fast. The included Omron switches are also raised off of the main PCB onto their own and put at a slight angle so the button is pressing directly onto the switch and doesn't have to go through any other processes in order to actually press the switch. There are some complaints here, mainly from Edsel. The buttons do have a quite noticeable horizontal shift and lift slightly if you pull up from under them. I didn't notice the latter of these issues, but Edsel did because of the way that he holds his mouse. His fingers actually reach slightly over the buttons, and he uses the ledge there in order to actually lift the mouse. It's a fairly interesting way of holding it, so take that as you will. For me, I claw it, which is fairly standard, and I can feel the horizontal shift every single time I move it left to right. Not great, but I do like the clicks overall, and they feel satisfying and responsive. Physically, it's designed in a way that it looks sufficiently different and futuristic to represent its design mentality, but also holds enough of its Logitech characteristics that you'd probably be able to identify it as a Logitech mouse even if it was completely debadged. Its weight is pretty damn good at 107 grams compared to the SteelSeries rival at 128 grams and the G303 at 87. That's comparing it to wired mice. For a cable, it has a micro USB connection and an included 6-foot braided USB cable that feels quite nice for when you need it to charge the mouse and maybe even play with at the same time, or to extend the receiver closer to your mouse using the small included adapter. The mouse is ambidextrous with swappable magnetic forward and back buttons and symmetrical design. It features a hyper-fast scroll wheel, but with a little bit of weight shed by using a spoked design instead of a solid design. This further contributes to the lightweight overall construction of the mouse. The scroll wheel also features tilt inputs and is able to be switched between click scrolling and free scrolling with the button featured right behind it. Behind that button are DPI up and down buttons and indicator LEDs to keep you from guessing. The bottom of the mouse features 6 individual feet placements and an on-off switch, and another button that is used to switch between onboard memory profiles, which brings us conveniently to the Logitech gaming software. The software allows you to configure onboard memory profiles, which are helpful if you use computers that are not your own. Profile configurations to bind various buttons to various things, configure your DPI, set your report rate, and tell the mouse what forward and back button configuration you currently have due to the magnet setup. Then you have lighting control, where you can set lighting modes based on profiles, which features solid color, color cycling, and breathing modes for all the various RGB colors that you could want. Then you come to the battery settings, which are my favorite personally. It can tell you approximately how much gaming time you have left and can change that estimation based on your lighting preferences. This resulted in me quickly turning off all of the lights that were on the mouse and going for maximum possible time. But I'm not really the target audience for RGB anyways, so oh well. Also, an estimate that they have is 32 hours of usable mouse currently moving time per full charge, which is pretty sweet. After that, you have surface tuning for the various mousepad types that you may be using, a key press map, which is probably a lot more applicable on a keyboard than a mouse, but is cool nonetheless. When all is said and done, I can confidently say that this is the best wireless mouse that I have ever personally used. And that's kind of saying a lot, because I used to be a constant user of the Logitech G7, the one that had like those swappable battery packs, which I still actually kind of miss, because then you literally never have to have it plugged in, but I understand that that would add weight constraints and people want lighter mice, whatever. Don't worry about it. I ditched that mouse, which was my favorite, because of wanting to be a better gamer, and there was too much input lag and all this kind of crap. So I went for a wired mouse, but I have always missed the freedom. What I appreciate about this mouse is that its wireless transmitter delay is very low. It's an extremely fast mouse, even beating out some wired mice in terms of input, which you can see in the video that's coming soon when I benchmark it using their specialized equipment. The click input time is super fast. The sensor is great. It's I don't know. I like it a lot. Massdrop is starting April strong with their Best of Massdrop sale. If you don't know who or what Massdrop is, it's actually relatively simple. Massdrop is a group buy system. So essentially how that works is they set different tiers of pricing, and depending on how many people buy something or agree to buy something at a certain time, that price will go down to a maximum level, which is kind of awesome. It's the group buy model, but in a much easier package by Massdrop. This sale features many products, including their Royal Glam 60% wood keyboard case in their Mech Keys section for $89.99, or essentially 10% off. They also have custom art Massdrop exclusive EIXX CIEMs in their audiophile community for $599.99, or 25% off, along with a Kai Tomcat analog drum machine in their Pro Audio community for $179.99, or 45% off. All Best of Massdrop items are marked with a little Best of Massdrop badge, so you can find them very easily. So check them out in the link in the video description down below, which is draw.ps/LTT-bestofMD. So yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, if you liked the video, like it. If you dislike the video, dislike it. If you're like, wireless mice suck anyways, even though you have evidence coming in a video soon that it's pretty dope, that's fine, you can do that. Subscribe if you liked the channel, you want to see more stuff. Don't forget to use our Amazon affiliate code if you buy things like this mouse or a competing wired mouse, because you still want that and you want to have like cable ties and stuff, bungees and whatnot. Anyways, don't forget to become a contributor on the forum, or even just a member on the forum. Buy a t-shirt, which is more interesting than this one because I was just filming a fast as possible episode, and have a good day. Also, if you want to see another video, click up here to watch Edzel's final mouse review, because that's very applicable if you're looking for competing mice.